Hey there, Willowbrook, and thanks so much for doing our daily Devo. Today we are in 2 Corinthians chapter 12. You know that moment where you want God to remove that thing, that weakness, that limitation, that struggle, the one that just keeps showing up? Well, Paul knew that feeling too. In fact, in our chapter today, Paul asked God 3 times to remove what he calls the thorn in the flesh. But instead of God removing it, God says to Paul, "My grace is sufficient for you. In fact, it's in your weakness that my power will be made perfect." Well, I don't know about you, but that is not the answer that I usually want when I'm begging God to remove the thing. But maybe it's the very thing that we all need. In fact, I know it is, because it's in the times when we quit rebelling, when we quit fighting, and we allow the Spirit of God to come and rest upon our weakness, to rest upon our limitations and our struggle, that all of a sudden we begin to experience a new level of freedom, because we begin to recognize that it's less about us being able to perform and succeed, and it's more about God being able to show out His power in the middle of our struggle, in the middle of our limitations, in the middle of our weakness. And I know you've got them. So do I. That thorn in the flesh that you really want to get rid of. So what if today we did like Paul? We received what Paul says, that he would boast in his weakness, because it's then that God's power would shine through him. What if we did that? What if we began to come out of hiding and recognized, you know what? I'm human. I have flaws. I have things I struggle with. And in the middle of them, we invite God's Spirit to rest on us, for His power to shine in the middle of whatever it is that you're dealing with or I'm dealing with today, because He wants to do it. He's asking for us to experience how sufficient His grace is. And when we receive that, all of a sudden there's room for Him to move. Oh, Willowbrook, I prayed for you as you walk out this very real thing that's happening in your life, and you go from believing to experiencing the truth of God's grace being sufficient for you today. I love you, and I hope that you'll have a happy Wednesday.